For real, for real?
As we let out our emotions like a gunshot, no, it's not ideal. I'm not upset. I can see that you're lying, it's uneasy, so please confess. I need some time. No, it can't be this way, it's a bombshell. Could you tell me why? It's not goodbye. Tell me what I did to hurt you. Will I see you tonight? You're the only one I need. You're the only one I dream of. You're the only one I plead for one more time. You're the only one I see. You're the only one to save me. The only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. Don't forget, please push through. Don't regret all you've been through. Don't forget, please push through. Don't regret all you've been through. Don't forget, please wish. Don't regret all you've been through. Please don't get stay. Please push through. Don't regret all you're the only one I need. You're the only one I dream of. You're the only one I plead for one more time. You're the only one I see. You're the only one to save me. You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only
Things went from bad to worse. Finally got what I deserve. Keep burning bridges, but I never learn. I got a mess to clean up like a janitor. Do me dirty and I do you worse. Yeah, revenge is sweet, but it never works. Put my pride aside, set the hurt, but it's difficult when you're immature. True story, I'm a basket case. Always fuck shit up, then I'm saving face. That behavior's now commonplace. Feelings keep getting in the way of my progress and my growth. If I don't change quick, then I'm toast. Could you please put the noose around my throat? Cause I finally lost all my hope. Yeah. I'm on a downward spiral. The last few years were spent in denial. I'm moody and volatile. it's going out of style. Been a while since I've been in this miserable, terrible downward spiral. Things went from bad to worse. Finally got what I deserve. Keep burning bridges, but I never learn. I got a mess to clean up like a janitor. Do me dirty and I do you worse. Yeah, revenge is sweet, but it never works. Put my pride aside, accept the hurt, but it's difficult when you're immature. True story, I'm a basket case. Always fuck shit up, then I'm saving face. That behavior's now commonplace. Feelings keep getting in the way of my progress and my growth. If I don't change quick, then I'm toast. Could you please put the noose from my throat? Cause I finally lost all my hope.
The lair of Scylla. This is our only way home. Deep down.
You're quiet today.
Deep down. Not much to say. Deep down. You hide a reason for
I got a secret I can no longer keep.
Deep down. You know that we are the same.
I opened the windbag while you were asleep.
Leaving them feeling betrayed. Breaking the bonds that you've made.
I'm so sorry.
There is no price we won't pay.
Forgive me.
We both know what it takes to survive.
Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead.
Deep down, we only care for ourselves. Eurylochus, light up six
torches. That is not the. It's not. Hi, fishy, 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 fish.
fishy.
Over the morning, brave souls. Last stream was Grand Craig from the lively chats to wattage Overwatch giggles and sus Dionysus laid in a charging chat. Did you know potatoes were first cultivated in the Andes around 8,000 BC? It depends how many period was the golden age of art. Of course, it's always going to use the same fucking fact every time, I guess. Now we're
Such
back.
a good girl.
Thank you, bitte. Trading Overwatch battles for a spooky Yuri visual novel, adventure, horror adventure. I would note they proven that even an immortal empress needs a friend for the fights. This stream's got more twists than a kitsune's tail. Let's hit that follow a goal and show her support with the cameo cards. Bless her screens as she bravely braves the lonely unknown, or would the spooks have her hiding like a kitsune in a folk soul? Hi, fish. Hi, Vita. I don't know why that was such a struggle for me to read.
You channeled the inner nope-de-dopes.
I channeled the inner nope. Yeah, I channeled my inner dyslexic person. My back hurts.
Alright. I got everybody here. I found the buttons. I found the buttons.
Not to find the buttons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Yep. All the buttons.
Buttons.
Where's the really obnoxious one? Where?
Are you dancing? Are you dancing?
Maybe.
Dancing.
I found the one that shakes my ass. There you go.
Let's
Do that.
Let's go. Let's absolutely fucking go.
This is gonna be.
Oh,
I'm
bring me
gonna
deep,
make a BRB screen with this one.
Yeah, nobody presenting. Air conditioning, yes, and also literally dying. I'm not. I'm literally not. I'm not trying to survive the heat. I'm just kind of here. It was 105 degrees in my truck today and 104 yesterday, so that was fun. I don't have air conditioning in the truck at work. Yeah. Alright, are we ready? Are we? Oh, that's really loud. Are we ready for lesbians and also spooky?
Always and always.
Let's go with English.
Oh right, I need to read. All right.
Okay.
Let's get back. Let's get back. Maybe default. Default. I can't default. I'm dancing for the entire stream. Okay, it's
Oh, well.
defaulting. Hello.
Hello. Can I go to? Oh, thank you. Okay. Full screen. Oh no! Wait. Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Okay, never mind. We do windowed. We stay windowed.
There.
Stay windowed. And also, I can't hear. God damn.
We do. That was really loud music, even with my stream like down to 58%.
That's still really loud. Holy fuck.
You know what? I'll adjust it. 33% stream volume. There you go. I fixed the issue, Pyro.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Noti. Thank you for fixing the issue. Okay, and then shit, do I even have... Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work?
Great.
Is my...
Now I need to raise the volume.
gonna work?
Is it?
It is! Let's go! Let's go! I'm so fucking smart.
I feel you. Except for no AC at home, I have no AC at work, and I'm ready to stab somebody.
Oh, this sounds great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Do we like the background? How do we feel about the background? And then obviously we don't play Phoenix Wright anymore, so I can actually just change this.
You know,
Let's go! Let's absolutely fucking go.
You know what I realized we didn't do on our last episode that I will forever regret?
Is it?
We didn't bring back the slop. We should have done it one last time.
Can't even tell. No, the black bars are there. Did I not crop that? I thought I cropped that. Transform. To unlock it. What? No, wait. How would... But it... I don't really care. Do I care? I don't know. Do I care? Do I care? Chat, do I care?
I don't know. Do you care?
Because, like, the game is cutting off some of the background. But, like, there's black bars. Like, you can see there's... Yeah, so you can see the black bars all over. Yeah.
Okay. So just OBS and freaking cut the window.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Do I care? I really thought that I had cropped it, though.
Care? You can just make us bigger, like... We can get our entire bodies on there. You get one side, I get the other. We can stomp on a little pets on the bottom. I'm gonna stomp on Nopey. Freaking... Fake
Yo,
Fox.
get
Fox
fucking
Nopey down there.
stomped on, bitch. Fair enough, we're almost there. Almost there. I don't feel like grabbing my keyboard, so I'm not typing.
I can only watch it on stream. I just see a static image on the other stream.
Alright, this is also 700. Fuck it. Perfect! And now we just have to send her in. Perfect!
Close enough. We got it.
Close enough. Do we want to be bigger? I mean, we can be bigger now.
Oh. I forgot I had the cat up.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
I don't. I've moved where my stream preview is, so I can't fucking see it behind my screen. It's too big. Why am I so
You
big?
look. Look great. Go bigger.
No, because I have to.
Go.
Am I
Go
centered?
bigger,
Am
go
I
home.
centered where I need to be?
You're kind of all over the place. No. Move over to the left a little bit.
Okay, is that better? Wait, I actually.
I don't know, because whenever you go to move it, your character just kind of.
I know exactly. Here, wait. I can actually make it so that I can see it. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Probably fine.
Why am I like
Oh, I can. Okay, wait.
so
Okay, well,
washed
this
out on
is.
watching?
Yeah, why are you? It's because. Okay. So let us edit this transform.
I almost want to do that for my thing. It looks kind of nice, all white except for like the freaking black eyes and the horns.
Okay, 759. I have to
Like,
assume
I
that
need to figure
they're
out how to do that.
equivalent. 529. Welcome to the stream where we do stream stuff. We're streamers.
Occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally.
I meant to stream more. I went to visit my parents, then I got back 2 days ago, and then I worked a double, and I'm like, Then
What do
I
we
worked
think? What do we think?
last
What do we
night.
think of everything?
We think it's perfect.
I don't.
Chat.
I'm sorry. Good. I don't think. Yeah, me either. Let's go.
You are like moving that so damn smoothly. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I'm
I
using
usually
my
just
keyboard.
grab it and hope for. I grab it and hope for the best, and I usually grab the wrong scene. Screw it. Put chat on top of me.
I could do that.
Come on,
You're so
chat.
right. We could do
Come
that.
To daddy. Come to daddy.
Could just
chat.
move chat
Here.
entirely. You're so right, LT. Just entirely move chat because we don't have the fun thing. This. $55, $56. That's good enough for me. Maybe just a little bit smaller. Maybe just a little bit smaller. Still taller than Nopti. Nopti, are you sitting the normal way that you normally sit?
Yeah. Kinda like. This is me sitting up straight, like I'm about to get in the microphone real nice and close for everybody.
Let's
How are
go.
you? This
I
is
don't
me
sit
saying,
straight.
Fuck it. This is me saying, fuck it. I just want to lean back and relax. I do both for every stream. Don't
Let's
matter.
go. Let's go. Alright, I've done it. I've done it. And you know what the best part is? The slop is still able to be put on at any time.
The slop. The slop is still.
Wait. Why is
Well,
the Sonic one the head? Why is this? That's supposed to be Sonic, not head pads. What's going on? That's not supposed. Oh, it's because it's okay. Hilarious.
Sonic ditched out on you.
No, it's because it found something named the exact same thing. I love that. That's so funny. Downloads. It is. There it is. There it is. There it is. And now the lesbians cover me up, which is fair. Honestly, lesbians. Slap! Yeah. Slap!
I can't believe I didn't think to ask you to pull that up for our last Phoenix Wright stream.
Mm-hmm.
That was tapped out.
Alright, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Transitions. I'm doing that. Font, default, black. Default is fine, I'm sure. Okay. Okay. Okay! No, I'm ready to crack open a cold one.
Yeah,
now that
sure.
we're 20 minutes into the game.
Already. Yeah, I didn't do it already. Let's go. Let's do this. I got this.
Alright, count me down.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Extras.
Yeah.
Music. Locked.
Or-
Locked! Let's play locked. Alright, Noki, you can be the narrator.
You are running through a forest. Yeah, I can't use my normal voice. It is late at night and the sky is as black as pitch. I don't like that. The narrator's trying to fuck me over intentionally. There is nothing.
Pitch is like a type of oil, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but usually the saying is pitch black. So whenever I read that, my mind went
Oh, okay.
pitch black, not black of pitch.
Hmm.
Okay, there's nothing to light your way to save the moon's milky glow, but its rays cannot reach you, not properly. The trees which surround you, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments of a foreign god, are blotting out most of the light. You cannot see where you are going. Even if you had commenced your flight as a mere sensible hour, however, with the light of the sun to aid you, it would be of little use. You do not know where you are going.
Yo, me with my life. Yo, me with my life. Let's go.
Yeah.
This
You
is
have no
this
map,
is my
no
life.
route, no plan. You are running like a frightened animal, anxious and nervy, with no destination in mind.
It's
This game's
literally
really-
me. This is my life.
This
This is
is-
just me in
this
real
is-
life, but like
I like
metaphorically speaking. Oh shit, let's go.
You have no desire to run. As you run,
There's no
save
desire
to escape.
as you run.
You have no desire as you run. Save to escape. Yep. I ain't having fun. This game's sitting too close to home. You cannot let yourself be caught. If that were to happen, you are certain that you would be ruined. You have no choice, therefore, but to keep going. On and on and on and on and on and on. So your feet are screaming at you for mercy. Still too related. The feet part, Toesy socks, protagonist. You need them. You have no idea how long you have been running.
I have no idea what is going on.
Time has begun to blend together. Has lost all meaning. Stop it, game. Something sharp snags at the hem of your skirt, but you do not have the luxury to pause and examine what has happened. Instead, you tug. Your skirt tears. The sound splitting through the forest, and you stumble forward with a shocked gasp. You are free, but at what cost? Your skirt has been irrevocably damaged. God damn it. It might be too late to worry about such trivial matters now, though, if you do not start running again, and soon she will catch you. Then your life will be over. You do not know if she is still following you, but you do not want to risk looking over your shoulder. If you were to see her silhouetted beneath a tree, looking at you with that sickly sweet smile which once ensnared you, you would lose what little nerve you possess. Your legs would lock up and your blood would freeze in your veins.
I like the ambient noises. It reminds me of Higurashi.
Yeah, did you use the background of this game for the background of this game? It looks really similar
No,
to...
actually, I used the background from Higurashi.
Oh, okay. Then you would crumple. You would fall, but you would not hit the ground.
In love?
She would be there to catch you.
Aw, so sweet.
Okay, now it's not relatable anymore. Did she not promise when you made that contract?
Promise?
that you
I'm
would
sorry,
not be
Noti.
alone?
Wait. No, I can't let you say promise like that and not make a comment on it. Excuse me?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say nothing. The game just stopped being relatable there, that's all.
Sorry, Noti, I don't think I heard you read this line at all.
Did you? She did. Did I read the line? Did she
Did
not
you-
promise that when you made that contract that you would never be alone?
Yeah, that is the first time that I heard you say the word promise.
That is the first time I think I said promise. You would like to take back that silly wish of yours, but it's too late for that. It's too late for a lot of things. All you can do is run. You run and run and run while icy fog swirls about your feet. It is cold enough to sap the heat from your body and you shudder from it. It feels as though you are drowning. Feels as though you are being buried alive. Your knees and your skin, meanwhile, are bleeding. You cannot endure much more of this. But if you value your own life, you must.
Do we value our own life?
You run and you run and you run until, at long last, you reach a fork in the road. There are 3 paths which split off through the forest. Well, 4 if you count the path down which you came. You cannot exactly double back on yourself, though, not when you have put so much effort into running forward. You can only press on. The 3 paths are signposts, which is something of a strange sight, given you are so deep in the forest. Dark though it might be, you have grown accustomed to the shadows. You can just about pick out the writing on this old, dilapidated signpost, carved and slanted though it is. Your fate, if you will forgive me for sounding cliche, is in your hands.
What that means, we say.
We're screwed. Our fate's in our own hands. We're gonna lead our character to death. They're dead. They have no chance.
True.
Fishy's reliable. Let's put their fate in Fishy's hands.
Depends on what the options are. Nope, you definitely didn't read this line.
Now I wonder, which path will you take?
Oh.
Store, village, or castle?
No, that's shore, as in beach. I want to go to the castle. Fish, are we going to the castle? That's where I live. As a queen. The sovereign of sushi. Castle? Village? Or, I guess?
Fish, where do you want to go? Damn it. I was hoping that you would choose something else and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll be the tiebreaker and choose the third option. So, you want to go to the castle.
It's okay, Navdeep. If fish is literally anything else, I
Good
would have
idea.
went to wherever fish went. Said we had no need for a tiebreaker.
All decent fairy tales tend to conclude in castles once they're, god damn it, beleaguered, put upon heroines are finally able to wed the handsome prince they once dreamed of.
Oh,
Beleaguered?
Sus.
Beleaguered. Why
yeah.
bother trying your luck with the shore, which may very well be deserted, or the village, which will be full of dirty, barefoot peasants? Wow, game. Wow. See where you're at, game. It is far better to skip the suffering and go straight to the grand finale. That is very astute of you.
I feel like the game is shitting on us right now. I love it. Oh, great. Love
I did
it.
not realize you had it in you to be so mercenary. Mercenary? I can only wonder what you will uncover during your meandering. The night is far from over, and your adventures are only just beginning. I hope only that you have brushed up on your curtsies. They might come in handy when no one is interacting with the sovereign.
When one is interacting. I also read it as no one for some reason.
Royals can be temperamental after all. If you fail to treat them with the prerequisite amount of respect, you might come to regret it. If you follow the path which leads to the castle, supporting yourself on weary, aching legs which feel ready at a moment's notice to detach from your hips, game's back to being relatable. You are little more than a wisp of a girl, but you have been running for so very long and your feet are so very numb. You feel like a great lumbering thing, clumsy and ungainly. The soles of your feet are screaming at you.
That's relatable.
You need to lie down, and quickly.
And that's also pretty relatable.
You only hope as you continue to run that you will find a spare room available for you in the castle. I want a spare room in a castle. Yeah, relatable still. You do not know what exactly will await you at the castle, but you have visions as you run of a vast, opulent dwelling. This dwelling will surely be full of finely furnished rooms in which you might rest your weary head.
I hate this is such they're foreshadowing.
There must be a king and queen inside the castle. You ponder who will be kind and wise, and what of their children.
It's gonna be a fucking White Castle, isn't it? Medieval times.
What of a princess? Every good castle must possess a princess who will take pity on you and your plight.
I mean, not only monarchs live in castles.
I was gonna say, you can imagine the face of this generous princess with ease, thanks to the fairy tales you read in abundance as a child. The princess will be fair of hair and blue of eyes, with soft pink lips pursed like rosebuds. Her limbs will be slender, her hands dainty and unsullied from physical labor, like those damn townspeople. And her
Fucking dirty
simple
peasants.
ways will be sweeter than marzipan. She will be kind to you and compassionate, just like an older sister. You do not know what older sisters are like, though, or younger sisters for that matter. You are only guessing. You are not a complete fool. However, despite your tendency to daydream, and you do have a few reservations, monarchs do not, as you know from
Voracious.
voracious reading, have the best track record when it comes to caring for the peasantry. Unlike you. Was there not the very famous queen who once said, with the cavalier wave caviar
Cavalier. No, Cavalier
with
is
the
good.
wave
Yeah.
of her hand, cavalier wave of
Cavalier.
her hand, that the hungry peasants in her kingdom should count themselves with cake if bread was not an option. Let them eat cake. You think that might be a misquote, but the point still stands. Though royals are supposed to grant their subjects succor in their time of need, this does not always happen. In fact, it very rarely happens.
I honestly was expecting more women to be here, so I'm sorry that I'm making you do all of the work this time.
I am okay. Them some sexy trees right there. Beautiful trees. Kings and queens and princesses. And princes are just people at the end of the day, and they are just subjects to the same caprices that all humans are. Look at that beautiful wood. I wish I had wood like that.
Oh, really?
They
No,
can
see.
also be careless. Oh, yeah, look how tall they are. Just freaking knock on wood.
No. I can assure
They
you
can
it's
also
average.
they- I'm gonna chop them down. I'll make a bed out of them. Make
You're
freaking-
trying to bed the trees.
Anyways.
Interesting.
I am trying to bed the trees, yes.
Very
I wanna lay
impressive
on
wood.
top of the trees every night.
Trying to lay the trees. Okay.
They can also be careless and selfish and inconsiderate. There's no guarantee that this mythical princess of your imagination will help you. Why, there's no guarantee that this mythical princess exists at all. Still, you must try. It is this hope which you keep going. You continue to run to the castle. It takes some time before you finally emerge from the woods, but finally you do it. How much time, you ask? I cannot answer that. Did I not say that time had begun to lose all its meaning? The forest is behind you now, at least, and all the awful nightmares which dwell within it. It is still cold, though, and so cold though, and foggy. I understand the sentence now, and very, very dark.
There's a lot
It
of
is
commas in that
cold, though.
sentence.
The sun has yet to rise. You can see the moon more clearly now, though, as it hangs above your head, round as any pearl or orb or crystal ball. The moonlight shines down upon the castle, which looms in front of you like a cliffside. Boo, bring back the wood. The stone edifice of the building is imposing, and it drowns you in shadows darker than the depths of the deepest ocean. The castle is not all dark, though. It's not like the night sky above it. When you crane your head, you can see that there are lights flickering within in the narrow slitted windows. Did I see a yeet? What was that? It's like getting distracted. It would appear that somebody is home. Thought I saw something fly at you on the stream. The king and queen, perhaps. Might have been your skirt.
Thank you.
What of their servants? Maybe your hair? I don't know. Wait, perhaps more pressingly of their guards. You half expect as you stand there that armored knights will accost you for daring to approach the castle of King and Queen so and so. Do you not know your place, foolish peasant girl with the dirty skirt? Begone with you. You are not, of course, a peasant. Your family is a wealthy one. Or, rather, they were before your father made a series of poor financial decisions. You do not look like a young lady right now, though, with your dirty face and your dirty skirt, which is torn at the hem. If any guards were to take you for a vagrant, it would not be surprising. But though you stand there dithering, your filthy fingers hooked in front of your filthy skirt, you do not hear any cries. Nobody sounds the alarm. Man, this girl hates peasants. Like peasants coming up to the castle. Sound the alarms. Sound the alarms now.
I mean, yeah.
Lights might be on the
In the middle of
inside.
the night?
In the middle of the night. That's true. Lights might be on the inside the castle, but there's nobody outside of its perimeter standing sentry. There's nobody to impede your entry, and the elaborate iron gates, which are set into the vast stone about the castle's exteriors, are just open a crack. It would be a trivial matter to slip inside. There's nobody to stop you. Why are you trembling now, you silly thing? You have come so very far, it would be an act of foolishness to turn around now.
I'm just a silly girl. Just a silly thing.
Go on, go! You inhale, perhaps as you attempt to screw up your courage, which has at long last begun to fail you. You slid, forward, steps, we got this. You slid, you slide between the wrought iron gates as stealthily and as secretive as a thief, then cross the path which leads up to the tall, imposing structure. The doomed doorway which leads into the castle itself, hewn from stone, is closed, but at a push of your palm, it swings inward. The door creaks alarmingly as it opens, the sound loud enough to split the silence like a thunderclap. You inhale at this and glance around, your eyes darting hither and thither. If there are any guards posted about the castle's grounds, they should all have been alerted by that sound. They will come for you at long last. Will they come for you? What will happen should they catch you? Will they throw you in the dungeon? That does not sound like a pleasant way to spend the night. At least you could have a roof over your head, though, and you would not have to keep walking. Your feet really do ache. You stand there for an indeterminable. You stand there for a brief moment of time.
For an unknown amount of time.
For an unknown amount of time. Your heart pounding a panic, irregular rhythm in the base of your throat.
This sounds like a panic regular rhythm.
Oh sure, now I can do it. Indeterminable. Fuck.
This rhythm of the heart beat is not irregular. It is very regular. For an amount of time that can't be determined, yeah.
But no matter how much time elapsed, no guards come. You are thankful for your luck, though it does not make you wonder Where is everybody? Why is it almost as if all the people in the world have disappeared? Could you be the very last human left alive? You frown and then press your palm back against the door. Sorry, I just had a thought. This is an indie game. Leave them alone. They can't afford all that. You push less cautiously this time, heedless of the loud sound which splits the silence. There's no point in worrying about the guards, not when they might very well be non-existent. Your entry to the castle secured, you then take a step forward. The doors swing shut behind you, and the restaurant, Rizzola?
Restaurant.
I'm getting distracted. Rizzola? What the hell is that?
Resultant.
Resolute?
Resultant.
I do. Oh,
Like a
okay.
result?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Resultant's
Resultant slam makes you jump. You did not expect it. Your heart knocks against your ribs. With wild eyes, you glance about. You are standing in a vast entrance hall made of stone which splits off into any number of passages. At the very end of the hall, meanwhile, there's a large, elaborate staircase, one which seems to extend to the heavens themselves. It is dark inside the hall, but there are numerous torches set in sconces in the stone wall, which are aflame. They offer some relief from the shadows. You can hear the faint sounds of the wind outdoors as it moans against the castle's impervious walls. Impervious walls. You cannot hear any footsteps. You cannot hear any voices.
I hear Nope's voice.
You can, more importantly, hear any people. This is Nope's stream.
This is Nope's
This is my
stream.
I'm taking over.
Well,
I'm taking
Nope's
over
taking-
now. Can't have it back.
That's okay. You're doing a better job than I ever do.
Maybe the castle's empty. Hold on. Since my stream, give me a moment. I know how to do things. I know how to do things sometimes. All right. Where?
I don't know how to do anything. I have people
There we
for
are,
that.
there we
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking break it down, bitch.
There we are. If that is the case, though, then who lit those torches?
Okay, no, you can stop. You can stop. You can. No, it's okay.
I don't know how to stop. I don't know. I lost the button. It's over.
The dancing craze of 1864 or whatever it is. The dancing plague.
Actually, where did it go? Oh no, my fucking around. It backfired. Oh, there it is. Wait, where'd it go? There it is. There we go.
You have to read this line again now.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, though, then who lit the torches? It is a curious conundrum. You muster up what remains of your courage, then cry out, addressing the empty hall in timorous voices, which fails to properly fill up the space.
Hello?
Oh, you say, your eyes wide. Oh,
Is anybody there?
Nobody's
Even though
there.
nobody's there. I'm supposed to have. I don't have any voices. I don't have any voice.
Your voices echo through the vast, empty hall. It is met yet again with silence. Hello. You cannot say that you are too surprised, but it is somewhat disappointing. I love that we picked this game.
Oh, what am I? What am I? A text advance button? That's all it is?
Yes,
That's
you
all I
are.
am. That's all I am. I press the
Now,
next button so nobody doesn't have to.
uh, no one is to be deterred. You try again. And again, your voice growing louder with each subsequent attempt. No matter how loud your voice, however, it fails to reach any ears. If anybody is here, they do not seem to be particularly sociable. They hiding from you, Pyro. They know exactly when they pop in. They don't want to be voiced.
They don't want to be voiced,
They're scared of
exactly.
how fantastic you're gonna be.
Yeah, they're afraid of how
That, or
terrible I'm gonna voice
perhaps
them.
they simply cannot hear you. Could they be in another room? Yes, that must be it. You will never find that pretty fairy tale princess of your imagination if you stand idle, you know. It is time to get to work. Put those legs of yours to good use. All I'm going to say is I bet if we went to town, there'd be people there. Not knowing what else to do, is there anything you can do? You begin to explore. Nah, I'm joking. You examine the rooms first on the ground floor of the castle, which are similar scale to the impressive entrance hall, large and richly furnished but utterly unoccupied. After some time of aimless meandering, encountering nobody save the ghost of eons past memorialized on portraits upon the walls, you muster the courage to ascend to the second floor. All right. I need hydrate. Water.
Been talking a lot, huh?
No, not once. This floor too, you examine, wandering through a seemingly endless series of hallway units. At long last, you find a door which is ajar.
That door's
Sorry,
ajar.
This is hilarious for me. Well, an ajar door is technically a hole, so let's go through it. I want to go through a hole.
Every hole's a
From
hole.
between the cracks in the door and the jam, you can see flickering lights. Irregular, yes, but is a light nonetheless. Could it be from a fireplace? That would suggest, then, that this room is occupied unlike all the others. Perhaps the kindly princess you dreamed of will be awaiting you there. It is with a trembling hand that you press your palm against the door. You push it. Then you step inside the bedchamber, which unveils itself upon you. Shyly, you stand in the threshold of the chamber, much of your courage extinguished, and gasp. The bedroom itself is gorgeous. It is a chamber so luxuriant, not even the shadows can obscure the fine crafts of the furniture within it, nor the rich patterns on the walls. It is the girl inhabiting the chamber, however, who truly takes your breath away.
Let's go, women, let's go.
I like the art style immediately.
Yeah,
Sitting
it's
upon
cute.
the velveteen sheets of the towering four-poster is a girl in a sumptuous red gown who seems to be of a like age to you. You do not have a clear view of the girl's face. We very much do. Her head is bowed, her gaze directed downward at her lap. The game's lying to us. The game is lying. I'm so proud of this game.
Yo, I love
My
the
favorite game now.
gaze. I love her gaze. I'm her gaze.
You can tell from her hair, however, and from her slender calves, which protrude from beneath the hem of her dress, that she is very pretty. The girl's
Gaze?
hair
Yeah.
is golden, just like freshly cut wheat, but it is the red of her dress which truly capture your attention. She is so striking, you cannot look away from her.
Yeah, she gives such gender envy, you can't look away from her.
Oh my god, that's the girl is not alone in her chamber either. She has a companion. Though this companion is not half so endearing as she is.
So Nobody,
Oh,
I'm the
God.
girl and you're the companion, right? Nobody, this is you, right?
I don't think the companion's gonna have much to say, so. In her lap, perched upon her velvet skirt, is a doll. Yeah, I'll be the doll. The doll's hair, like that of her mistress, is golden, though much of it is hidden beneath a bonnet. I want to be a doll. Sorry, I was just thinking, I want a plushie of this model. That I do. I want to.
Yeah.
The girl is adjusting the china teacup held in the doll's tiny hand, while the rim of the cup glints in the light which exudes from the fireplace. I
Huh?
need to make money so I can freaking like make dolls to sell to people so I can have one myself.
Yeah, that's a mood. Also, Nobody, I'm just gonna briefly mention that there is a doll kink thing that is, when you said I want to be a doll, that was, where my brain went, because my brain is fucking broken. Thanks, internet.
Oh no. Oh. Okay. I had no idea there was a doll king. Although I think I did actually because of the one video that
We're not gonna be talking about this. It's okay, continue. It's okay, we can continue with the game.
if the girl is of a similar age of you, it seems strange that she would content herself by playing with the dolls. Is she not too old for it? This girl would be more at home, you decide, at a ball wearing an extravagant gown, speaking with wealthy noblemen, perhaps even princess. She should not be. Why are we looking at this doll for so fucking long? She should not be sitting in what you presume is her bedchamber, adjusting a teacup in a doll's hand. There we go. But you are not afforded much more time to stand there marveling at the girl because she turns. She raises her head. Then her eyes meet yours. You thought the girl pretty when you first observed her sitting on the edge of her plush velveteen bed examining her doll. Now she is looking at you, however, her face illuminated by the flames in their grate. You can see that you're mistaken. She is not just pretty, she is beautiful, so much so it is breathtaking. She looks as though she has stepped out of the pages of a picture book. She is simply too perfect to belong to this world.
So fucking true.
Perhaps she is some kind of vision, a waking dream, a hallucination. But no, she is none of those things. The doll on her lap is cold, a hard thing made of porcelain, and it is unflinchingly surreal.
Reassuringly. Reassuringly?
My mind keeps one going surrealingly. Reassuringly real.
This is a surreal experience for sure. I haven't had an actual line yet.
I'm gonna love that if their entire communication is just the narrator saying what they're saying. Yeah, it'll be perfect. If she were a mirage, surely she could not be able to handle physical objects such as this. It is strange, though. The doll. What's up with this damn doll? The doll, though immaculately made, looks oddly imperfect when compared to the girl who is holding it. She is so startlingly beautiful, she even puts man-made representations of feminine charms to shame. The sight of her makes you feel rather weak. You always have to have fondness for the maidens, haven't you?
I always have had a fondness for fair maidens. I really have. Holy shit.
You are rather hopeless when it comes to them, even worse than a knight errant from a courtly legend.
So fucking true, Rusty.
Your aesthetic appreciation is not particularly ladylike, but... well... it is not every day a girl encounters an elegant beauty like this, attired in red, illuminated by the fire. I suppose I can forgive you for the rudeness, as too can the girl. She does not seem to be the type to hold a grudge.
Oh.
Do your one word. Do your one word. Do it again.
Oh. Oh.
Girl says in a voice that's surprisingly enough far less refined.
And of course, the ads show up exactly at the time when I get to voice the full
Yes. Do you want to wait for the ad break for your?
No, I don't. Continue, Nopty.
You got a line.
I know. Hey, it's good to see you. Oh, I've been waiting.
Has she? This is the best. This is news to you. You blink, perplexed, a response on the tip of your tongue, but you are unable to expel it into the ether. The girl is setting her doll aside. Then she stands, the hem of her dress swishing about her legs. Nimbly like a ballerina, she caresses the space between you. Her room is so very large, there's quite a lot of space, then takes your hands in her own.
You must.
The girl says, her eyes aglow with excitement.
Be my new lady's maid. It's been a while, but it's such a relief you finally arrived. I knew you would. You'd never leave me alone. Not when I knew how long. Not when you knew how long I was waiting. Oh, I'm so happy.
The girl's good mood is contagious, so much so you find yourself being swept away in it. You are tempted to accept any identity she might press upon you.
So fucking fair and valid.
You have never been a maid before, but you might not mind being this girl's maid.
So fucking true. So fair. So valid.
Fake it till you make it. You know how to sweep a floor. You got this. She does not seem like a poor mistress to serve. Not if she's always this kind. You cannot mask the confusion, however, which flickers across your face. You are not good enough actor. You are not a good enough actress, and in any case, this is all happening too quickly. Why, you barely know this girl. Why is she being so very familiar? It is with blank, bovine eyes that you examine the girl.
You a cow? Are we a cow?
Your befuddlement is pronounced enough that even the girl, despite her good mood, notices it. She frowns. Then she says, her fingers sliding away from your own.
Or am I mistaken? Are you not my new lady's maid after all?
The disappointment in the girl's face is abundant, so much so your heart clenches. You do not know her, she is still a stranger, but you are struck all of a sudden with the intense desire to appease her.
That honestly? Yes. So fucking true.
You do not want to let her down. The thought is devastating. You are not aware, you tell her, that you had applied to be her maid, but if that is what she wills, you would not be opposed to it. You pray that she forgives you, though, for your discombobulation. You come from a distant country and you have traveled for many miles. You know not where you are, and you do not know who she is.
What? You don't know who I am?
It is regrettable, you tell her, but no, you do not know her, though this is no fault of her own. Why, you have spent such a long time running, you hardly even know yourself.
Ah, so you're a fugitive then? From another country. I see. I'm not prying to your past then, if you'd rather forget about it. I don't mind sharing my past with you, though. Everybody in this country knows who I am, after all. Or at least they should.
Now this is quite the impressive boast. If it were to come from the lips of another, you would find it unpleasantly arrogant. You do not think, however, that this girl is trying to show off. You get the feeling instead that she is merely telling the truth.
If you don't have the pleasure of knowing me, then allow me to do the honors. My father and my mother were the king and queen of this realm, and I am its princess. I've lived in this castle all my life, so I don't know much about the outside world, but I do know that other countries do exist out there. I presume it is from one of these foreign countries that you come from. It's very good to meet you. I've always wanted to talk to somebody from overseas. Feels like quite the opportunity.
The girl giggles at this, and you smile in response. You tell her unthinkingly that it is your pleasure, really, to meet her, or at least you mean to. You only get halfway through this remark when the full gravity of what the girl has told you sinks in. You come to a stop. Then you stare. Did she just say she was a princess?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
I'm a princess, and one day I'll be a queen, after I've done a little bit of growing up. My ministers don't think I'm ready to run this country, just yet, but I've been doing my best at my lessons. One day, I'm sure I'll be the best queen there ever was.
I just need to stop and say this is now my headcanon that this is actually just another Phoenix Wright game. We just don't see Phoenix Wright, but he is voicing the freaking voices aloud, thinking it's just monologue.
Internal
How
monologue,
else
yeah.
can she reply?
Yeah.
How else can she reply? So, she really is a princess. That makes sense, you suppose, given she lives in a castle, but it comes as a surprise regardless. You haven't known before you entered this chamber that you were trespassing on a lady of such great renown. Why, if she willed it, she could have you executed for your carelessness. An ugly red flush creeps on your face, a flush which is far more lurid than the princess's dress as you look at your feet. Bashfully, you stammer out a new address that you are very sorry for intruding upon her and you hope that she can forgive you.
It's all right. Think nothing of it. I don't mind, really. We all make mistakes, and anyway, you weren't to know. You said you weren't from around here.
You nod your head in silent affirmation. It isn't a complete lie. You really are not from this country. You are not from this world at all.
How wonderful. I'll look forward to picking your brain later. One of my servants come from the nearby village. Their tales are all the same, and so are their superstitions. I could do with a breath of fresh air. My last lady's maid told me I was too impetuous, but I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a bit of adventure. Not that I've ever been afforded much of that. I've been shut up in here for so long. I hardly ever get a chance to talk to other girls my age. My last lady's maid was older than me, and so was the one before her, and the one before her.
Some of the princess's fair mood seems to dissipate as she speaks, her expression turning by degrees into something rather more pensive.
But I haven't seen any of my old lady's maids in a while, or any of the other servants for that matter. They've all disappeared.
Now that is quite curious. How could a whole house full of servants simply disappear?
That I don't know. This castle was full of servants once. My lady's maids, and my undermaids, and my scullery maids, and my housekeeper, and my cooks, and a large retinue of retainers. They're all gone now, though. I think my ministers must have sent them away. I don't know why they would have done that, though. They didn't explain it to me. But then again, they never explain anything to me. They still treat me like a little girl. It is so tiring.
She said that her minister sent her servants away. What of her parents, the king and the queen? Would they not be the ultimate authorities in this castle's hierarchy?
They would, yes, if they were still alive, but they're not. They died a long time ago. I was raised for most of my life by my servants.
Oh, you answered, and then you flush. You hadn't known.
It's alright. You don't need to apologize. I'm happy that I have you now. I was getting sick and tired of only having my dolls to speak to. They aren't the best conversational partners.
You can imagine, so yes. You doubt any doll, even one made by a talented artisan with an intelligent face indistinguishable from a human's, would be very good at answering back.
Oh, no, they aren't. They're hopeless at it, really. They're so stony-lipped. You've no idea how much of a relief it is to see you. This castle is so big, and without my servants, it feels so very empty. It gets so lonely here.
Now that is an interesting turn of phrase. It catches inside your head like a burr. Have you heard it before? You do not have much time to ponder this, however, because the princess is speaking anew in that curiously conversational manner of hers, which does not seem particularly princessy. Maybe she learned how to speak from her servants. The way that would explain why her consonants are so unrefined. Consonants.
Oh, but listen to me. Yammering on again. It's a bad habit. I really must put a stop to it. You're probably tired, dear one, from your travels. Would you like me to show you to your room? Yes.
The princess announces before you can say anything in reply.
I think I'll do just that. I'll show you a bit around the castle first, though. It's like a maze in here, and I wouldn't want you getting lost. You'll be staying here for quite some time, after all.
Princess then hastens to take you on a tour of her home. Please don't. Please don't.
I would go anywhere
Fortunately,
I would
she
follow
does
her
not-
anywhere.
Yes, but this game is going to describe a chair in like it's gonna take so long. Fortunately, she does not show. Yes, she doesn't show off the rooms. She does not show all of the rooms in her abode, and neither does she offer any overly long description as to what the few rooms she does show you are used for. Thank God. She does, however, pause by the kitchen. Oh no. By the kitchens where she offers you some victuals. Once the growling in your belly has been satisfied, the princess then resumes her journey. She leads you down a dark, twisting hallway and up a series of equally dark, twisting steps until she arrives at long last before a door. The princess pushes this door aside summarily, thus permitting you entrance to a small, humble bedchamber. This chamber is not half so opulent as the grand bedroom in which the princess resides. It is with its resplendent four-poster and its richly patterned wall. This room's ceiling is not as high, and the singular bed shoved against the wall is thin and narrow. The walls are an unassuming beige, and the floor beneath your soles is of warped wood. There is a malodorous scent too, which hangs in the air, one of disuse and general decay. You get the feeling that nobody has slept in this room for quite some time.
Whopper, no tea.
Wobber, I need wobber. I need wobber. I don't know why. It feels like I've been saying one or two words lately. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, I know I have a lot. I know I have more lines than you.
Yes,
Sorry,
you do.
maybe I
No,
should have
you
taken
do.
the narrator so that you could have voiced more things.
I know, right? This is like Phoenix Wright all over again, except this time, like, you get all the words and I don't.
Sorry.
This might explain why it feels so very cold in here. Though, if the princess's tour of her castle has taught you anything, it is that it is cold in every room in her abode.
Well, here we are, the final stop of our tour. This will be your room, dear one. I hope it's your liking. You know, dear one kind of goes hard as a pet name. I like that.
I like it too. The princess, despite her exalted status, looks somewhat uneasy as she observes you. Her eyes upturned like those of a loyal dog's. Is she concerned about your reaction to this room? Perhaps she is afraid that you will turn your nose up at her kindness. For a princess, she was awfully eager to please. This is unexpected contrast between the princess's lofty title and her
Ingratiating.
ingratiating. I was thinking the exact opposite of that.
Hmm.
Gradiating attitude makes you smile, and I got confused because of that.
Mm-hmm.
The room is rather scantily, yes, when it comes to its contents, but it's more than plausible. It has a roof and four walls, and though it is cold, you fancy or you will feel warmer once you have slipped beneath the bed sheets. The room is not quite so fancy as your dormitory as the conservatoire, and neither is it so large, but it does have one glaring improvement over your previous lodgings. You will not be expected to share with anybody else. There's only one bed in this room, and this bed is to belong to you. You think that this place is the quiet will do this. Okay. think that the peace and quiet will do you a world of good. You tell the princess as much, and she smiles.
That's good. I was worried that you wouldn't like it. I know it isn't much to look at, but it's one of the nicest servants' rooms we have in the castle. Most of the maids sleep beneath the roof in this teeny tiny room, which is all cramped. There's 10 beds up there, and they're so close together, there's barely any room to pass between them. I thought it was perfectly ghastly when I saw it last time I went up there. Not that I was supposed to be up there. It was a rainy day and I couldn't go outdoors, so I was doing a bit of exploring. The housekeeper, if known I'd been skulking around, I don't think she would have been best pleased. Well, in any case, nobody sleeps up there anymore. The scullery maids are all gone now. I couldn't put you up there, though, in the attic, with all those empty beds. I didn't think it would be very cheery. You're just the scullery maid. You're my lady's maid. That means you deserve good lodgings. It'd be an insult to offer you any less than this. Now, it's getting late. You'll have to forgive me for rabbiting on. I've heard it's something I tend to do. It's a bad habit, one that's unbecoming for a lady. The housekeeper's warned me enough times.
You reassure the princess of the contrary, smiling as you do so. You do not mind if she talks too much. That is better than not talking at all. Her affable nature makes it easier to spend time with her. Manners be damned. You were always scolded too back in the conservatoire for your behavior. You know full well how aggravating it can be to be upbraided, not for any particular misdemeanor, but for being yourself.
Well, glad you understand.
The princess answered with a giggle.
I really should be off, though. It's bad manners to keep you, especially when you look so sleepy. Get some rest. We can talk more tomorrow if you don't mind my careless prattle. I'm glad you seem to appreciate it, at least. Though I'm sure you'll get tired of it eventually. All my old mates did.
The princess departs, and in her absence, you take a seat upon the bed, your new bed. You cannot help but think that this is all happening very quickly.
I mean, it happened. It took a very long It took a very long time for us to get here.
It does not seem like very long ago that you were still in the forest, running for your life amongst the tall, opposing trees with their gnarled, grasping branches. To be fair, I'm pretty sure everybody that plays this game has got to be just hitting that skip button, go, 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 go.
I mean, most people are reading it internally, so they don't have to read it out loud.
Yeah, speed reading through it. The forest might as well be this. Okay, you are indoors, inside a castle no less, and you have been given a room in which to sleep and clothes that you might wear. Seems premature still to declare that you are out of the woods in a metaphorical sense. I mean, but this could certainly be. It is premature still to declare that you are out of the woods. It is.
I went back so you could read it.
This could certainly be worse. You force yourself to stand on legs which feel too weary to support you, and change into the night clothes hanging in the wardrobe. The night clothes do not fit you perfectly, but you are too tired to care about that. You are too tired to care about much of anything.
Just like advice.
You retreat to the bed and slide beneath the sheets. And then you let your eyelids fall shut. Oh, I haven't heard anything that hot in a while. I want to go to bed, Pyra.
That's such a fucking mood.
You excel. I'm so envious right now. And lulled by the breeze which blows outdoors, you fall asleep. You're very tired. You sleep in a deep, dark one, even darker than the furthest abyss of the nighttime. Like the night sky, however, which shimmers with stars, your sleep is not devoided of those prismatic fragments you humans call dreams. Though in this case, I rather think your nocturnal imagings are worth rather more than not. They are not dreams, are they? To which your slumbering mind is subjected. You know that they are not. Otherwise, your body would not be so very cold, not so clammy. Are we really getting into a whole couple paragraphs of how sleeping works? The images that flicker beneath your closed eyes, like the ghostly images on a phenakiscope.
I don't fucking know. I don't even know. I saw that word and I was so excited for you to get to it. An achistoscope?
Yeah, that's what I would assume. We're not conjured from within you, mind. Within your mind. They were instant, taken from your memories.
Instant.
You are not merely dreaming, you are remembering. I swear to God, game. Keep talking about how dreams work. Keep talking about it. You remember the girls who slept in your dormitory and how they always hastened to use the first showers so you were last for breakfast. You remember how, when you finally did arrive at the dining hall, the most desirable morsels has already been snaffled up by the girls who got there earlier. You struggled too to find a seat once you finally did get your hands on some food because nobody ever wanted to sit with you. The other girls all acted like you were a leper, save for when they wanted favors. They never asked for these favors, mind, for why would they? To them, your father's prestige did not matter. They were all wealthy ladies too, many of them wealthier than you. And everybody has the airs and graces of a princess. How is anybody supposed to stand out? You stood out the least in your class, perhaps because you were one of the smallest, the frailest, and sickliest who always come down with colds in the winter. Your poor health did not stop the other girls from treating you as a servant, though, when they remembered that you existed, of course. It was your lot in life as you dwelt within the stone walls of the conservatoire to carry school bags across the field like a pack mule. Then, come the evenings, the girls in your dormitory had you sewing on missing buttons and ironing out the creases and wrinkles in their uniforms. If there was an odd job that needed performing, you would always be asked. But these girls did not ask you. That would have been too civilized. They ordered you instead, and they ordered you. They laughed at you. They laughed and 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 they laughed until the laughter hurt, but it hurt considerably less than the kicks did, and the slaps and the pinches. Once during an embroidery lesson, one of your classmates had an accident with her sewing scissors. She stumbled, or at least she pretended to, and before you knew it, the silvery blades of those scissors were embedded in your left palm. This happened quite some time ago when you were even littler than you are now, but you can still remember it. It hurt a lot. The scissors were sharp, and they They punctured your skin all the way down to the bone, but enough to bleed. Perforated.
Perforate.
Perforated. I knew I was saying that wrong. Your wound bled your wound bled bright red like strawberry jam all over your embroidery. Then, when your professor saw it, she shrieked. Her face turned as pale as way, and she looked for a few moments as though she might faint. Duh, you were the one who was in pain. The professor looked at your face. She could not bear to look at your hand, and demanded to know why you could not be more careful. Her tone had been an accusatory one, almost as if you had stabbed yourself in the hand with your scissors to goaded her. The pain in your hand, but the giggles of your hurt
Persecutors?
all the more. Persecutors. They never were punished for that. Perhaps your professor did not care enough to punish them. Perhaps she, like everybody else, thought it was all your fault. The wound, when all was said and done, was not too deep. You did not even need any stitches. It healed well enough in time on its own, though it still left a scar, a white raised sting like a crescent moon. You still have that scar. You do not know how much blood you lost. Seems like a lot, but in a classroom you could. Why, Gabe? You could smell it in the air, sharp iron, but it could not have been that much, evidently. But your wound has been more serious. Perhaps your professor might have cared. Perhaps your classmate too would have been felt some modicum of guilt over what they did. But this seems very unlikely. You know that your blood meant nothing to your classmates. Why should it? If you meant next to nothing, then the blood in your veins was, if such a thing is possible, even more inconsequential. Uh, You feel disoriented when you wake up at long last with the rising of the sun. Oh, at
Yo,
long
what the
last.
fuck was that memory?
I don't know. I stopped paying attention to my own words halfway through. Like it could have been. It could have been simple, Pyro. It could have been simple. It could have been, hey, I got bullied. I got stabbed. Teachers are dicks. Everybody was so mean. Let's wake up and continue on with the fabulous day. You do not remember what you dreamt, but what do you mean you don't remember? You spent so much time on. I hate you.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the descriptions.
I did all that for nothing for this protagonist.
It wasn't for the protagonist, no, dude. It was for the us. It was for you and me. It was for us.
The protagonist, and she didn't even care to remember.
No, it was for us to know what a hard life she had.
But you do not think that your dreams were of particularly pleasant nature. If they were, your heart would not be hammering so. Ill at ease, you glance around. Are you lying in a narrow bed in an unremarkable room, one with bull beige walls and a warped wooden floor? I actually do like the game. Where exactly are you? Very flowery, romantic language. I like it.
Mhm.
This does not look like your dormitory in the conservator. Not unless it has shrunk threefold overnight. Your brow furrows as you attempt to recall the events of the night prior until, with the gasp, it all clicks into place. You remember now. You were running through the woods trying to escape from. You shudder. You do not want to think of what it was you were trying to escape from. You presume that you must have given your hunter the slip, though, because you are still in one piece, awake and alert enough to face the dawning of a new morning. You still have all of your limbs, and your facial features appear to be in the correct configuration. That is more than enough to be getting along with. You look to the foot of your bed, then blink, bemused at your discovery. You can see lying upon the sheets a garment, 2 garments actually, of black and white, folded into a neat white square. What could that be? A maid's outfit? If so, it would not be too surprising. You could now recall your visit with the princess that night prior, and her assertions that you must be her lady's maid. Well, if that is the sole role she wants you to assume, you have no qualms with it. It is far preferable to the other role you played last night, that of a startled quarry running from its pursuer. You press your fingers against a humble maid's attire. It feels surprisingly soft of a touch, not coarse like you expected. These clothes are rather fine.
Hey, Bran.
How we doing tonight?
I'm reading so much. Nobody has like no lines.
I know.
I feel
really,
bad. I
it's
feel bad for not
ridiculous.
giving him any lines.
I am just essentially a button pusher. I just keep the story flowing for Pyro. That's all that's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Pyro loves the fact that this game can take an entire segment just to describe one little thing. It's amazing.
I do love that, to be fair.
It's great. I don't hate it. If I wasn't reading it aloud. Did the princess
I feel like, yeah, I mean, it is a lot for me to just sit here and listen. I mean, it's fine. Like, I'm enjoying it. Yo, I love Moby Dick.
I never read Moby Dick. Do I need to
I've never read Moby Dick either. I'm assuming that what that means is that it takes an entire paragraph to describe a chair.
If so, that is all the more reason to wear them. You are not churlish enough to deny her hospitality.
A lot of over-explaining to hide his grief. Oh. Yeah, this was supposed to be a Yuri horror visual novel, and it's mostly been running in the woods, finding a castle, and then there's also been a woman occasionally. There is also occasionally a very pretty princess.
You rise from your new bed, then undress yourself, unbuttoning the front of your plain white nightgown and setting it aside.
You love pretty princesses, we do. She's gorgeous, beautiful.
This task accomplished, then clad yourself in new attire, black, white, and mentally sensible. You feel very far away from the girl you once were.
I fixed my plumbing by myself today because the plumber quoted me at over $500. I'm proud. Good job, Bran. That's such a hunter's thing to do as well. She's like, I could save that money and use it for other things.
You paid for a plumber going out there? Nah. Wait, are you apartment living or do you live in a...
He has his own house.
Okay, never mind. Yeah,
Yeah, he owns a house.
I either fix shit myself or get the landlord to go, God damn it, fix it. Fix it, because I do that before, they're not going to fix it. But if I do that enough and I got it on record, they cannot bitch when I fix it. Your face might be the same as always, but something within you seems to have changed. You are no longer a student, not as long as you mean to reside within the princess's castle. You would far rather be her servant.
Such a mood. I did pay for the plumber the first
Assured of your
time, but to come
newfound
back it was $350 plus $150 per hour. Ah. Well, yeah, obviously you needed a quote. Like,
Yeah. Assured of your newfound identity, you retreat from your chamber. Then make your way to the mistress's bedroom. The castle is a large one with many, many rooms, many hallways to connect them. For a brief moment, you find yourself horrendously lost. You cannot remember where the princess's bedroom is. You are beginning to feel rather disoriented when, to your relief, your eyes snag upon a stairwell which looks rather familiar. Could this be the way?
you know the way.
You ascend the steps, your footfalls cushioned by the plush carpet which lines them. You find your way down the very same hall you traversed the night prior.
What did you fix exactly? Like, what was broken?
If your memory does not fail you, then the princess's bedroom ought to be. Yes, it is here. You rap upon the door but receive nothing in the way of a response. Is the princess still abed?
She's a bed? I thought she was a princess.
You wonder briefly whether you oughtn't wait until she has risen for her own accord. But no. The sun is high in the sky, and it would be a shame to let the princess sleep through the day. You ought instead to rouse her.
Pop sink pump stop pump. Which is broken since every other night. The water tanks in my house vent their entire contents into it, so I had standing water in my entire basement. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. That's so fun for you.
I hope you got a shock vac. Just vroom for 5 hours. Been there, done that.
Mm.
That seems like the sort of duty a lady's maid should attend to.
That is a fun thing to return home from work to.
You enter the princess's bedroom and glance about. Her room looks much the same as you remember it from the night prior, though the ceiling seems even higher when viewed in the wan morning light. Wayne. You can see, now that there are fewer shadows to impede your view, how very opulent your young mistress's abode is. Her armoire is large and imposing, as is the grate in which you will be expected to keep a fire lit during the nights. The princess herself, meanwhile, is curled on her side beneath the sheets, looking rather less grandiose than her title would suggest. She is attired in a nightgown adorned with furls, and her hair is split across her pillow like spilled gold. In her slender arms, meanwhile, held to her chest, is a doll, the very same one she was cassetting last night. You suppose this doll must be her favorite. Idly, you wonder what the doll's name is, though you do not suppose it matters all that much. It is time to wake your mistress. You call out to the princess, but she is largely unresponsive. Her eyelashes are still soon tightly shut, and her lips pursed in slumber. Flip the bed. You purse your lips too and sigh. Flip the bed. Well, nobody ever said your job would be easy. It's easy to flip the mattress. Once again, you call to the princess, and this time she replies, flip the bed. Her response is not a favorable one, however, so I flip the bed.
Literally me.
all, the, all that wait time. And you finally get a beautiful line. Do it again. I want to hear it again. She sighs and turns away from you. Her dog clutches to her chest.
Just give me a little longer.
The princess sounded so ineffable, but you do not take pity on her, and you flip the bed. If you have learned anything from the conservator, save for knowledge pertaining to the respiratory tracts of fish, it is that one must be cruel to be kind, so I flip the bed. You do not think this adage was practiced with any great success in the conservator. Perhaps it will have more of an impact upon the princess. You tell her once again to wake up. More sternly this time, you will not let her sleep, for she has slept long enough already. It is very slovenly, really, to still be abed at such an hour. I don't like this protagonist anymore. I was waiting for more. Oh.
Oh.
Defeated, the princess sighs.
Alright. Well, as you can see that I can't twist you around my little finger. I'm up. You don't need to nag me.
Once you have roused the princess from her bed and you have put her doll to one side, you set her toilet. You set upon her toilet. Once you and you aid the princess in the brushing of her hair, a chore to which she submits willingly, like a cat might allow its fur to be brushed. You allow yourself to ponder as you run the bristles upon the princess's brush through her hair, how wonderfully soft it feels against your skin. But a curious query from the princess
Are you alright, dear one?
brings you back to your senses. You were rather lost in thought there. Look lively now. You wouldn't want the princess to catch wind of your
Shit, a woman, I swear I've been paying attention. So true, Brad, yes. It's the princess. Very pretty princess.
You missed Pyro's one word.
Yeah, you missed my lines that were mostly one word, and then nobody had to say more words, and then it goes actual line.
I love this game. To be fair, this is a funny game for me. It is so funny, although it doesn't mean to be. I thought that you had learned your lesson about that already. Suitably chastened, you finish with the princess's hair, then set the brush aside. Now that the princess's tresses have been taken care of, you must start on her attire. The princess remains seated upon the edge of her bed, looking up at you.
Askance? Maybe? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Askance? She does not ask you to avert your eyes, and nor does she make any motion of divesting herself of her nightgown. It really does seem as though she expects you to undertake this task on your own. Is that all right?
Yeah, I love that our protagonist is hella gay.
You ask the princess as much. You would not wish to impinge upon her modesty, but she only laughs.
Yes, that's all right.
Ye-
It's what you're supposed to do if you're to be my lady's maid. I'm used to being dressed and undressed. I'm not a bit squeamish about it.
She might not be squeamish about it, but you are. You have never seen a naked woman before except yourself. Even then, however, you have always dressed and undressed furtively, not wanting to examine your body for longer than is strictly necessary. You have never much liked the way that you looked. You make a few more mumbled objections, but the princess sweeps them to one side easily.
It's all right.
It is all
I
right.
might be a princess, but we're both people underneath all of our clothes. I doubt we might look much different.
You are not sure about that. You have not yet seen the princess unadorned, but you already know to look at her face that you are different. She is much, much prettier than you are. But she is waiting, and you do not wish to keep her any longer. You steady your nerves. Then you reach out with trembling hands and you begin to undo the buttons which run down the front of the princess's nightgown. You work as quickly as you are able, which, given how badly your hands are shaking, is not very. You fumble with a couple of the buttons, flinching as you do so. The princess, however, seems blissfully unaware of what it is exactly you are doing or not doing, for your fingers have begun to seize up with the front of her nightgown. She is not even looking at you. Instead, her gaze is directed beyond your shoulder to the windowsill and the sky beyond it.
It isn't particularly sunny, but I don't think it'd be too cold outside. Going for a walk might not be a bad idea. What do you think, dear one?
You think that you would like to finish undressing the princess as soon as possible, so you
I
can
would
make
love to.
progress
I would like to finish
in
undressing the
dressing
princess
her.
as well, to be fair.
Don't worry, I'm gonna have like 10 more lines about this. The sight of all of this exposed skin is bad for your heart, but good for the soul. Unfortunately,
soul.
you are able to make quick work of the princess's nightgown despite your initial mishap, spurred on perhaps by your anxiety. Whew. You bid the princess to stand, which she does, and neatly she steps out of her nightgown, her motions once again as graceful and as fluid as a dancer's. This task completed, you search hurriedly, worriedly for the princess's red
Fish,
dress.
you missed the gay. We're so gay. We are so gay, and we don't even realize how gay we are. Sorry, did you read the whole line? I got distracted.
I am not reading that line. Okay, I can. This task completed. Okay, this task completed. You research hurriedly, worriedly for the princess's red dress.
Forgot to pay attention. Yeah, you missed the women. You missed very pretty princess.
Everyone's missing your lines, Pyro.
Yeah, I
You
know, right?
cannot
Fish,
do it.
Fish got bored of you talking, so she left.
I know. I know. It's crazy.
Did you read this? Did you read this line?
Did I? Did
I
I read
don't
the
think
line?
so.
Did
I
you
don't
not
think
find it?
so.
Sweat begins to prickle on the back of your neck. Your palms, meanwhile, feel uncomfortably clammy. The moments pause awkwardly, uneasily as you search the princess standing there, all the white as naked as the day she was born. All the while,
Yeah,
The
Fish, you're missing naked. I love that you showed up at the time that we're talking about the princess being naked.
perfect time. Why do you not find her day dress before you stripped her before her?
Excuse
her
me?
you stripped her of her night one. Okay, I got it.
Naked? Yeah, naked woman.
What a fool you are! The princess, noting your panic, giggles and says,
Are you looking for my dress?
"Yes," you reply, your face flushed. That is what you are doing.
I thought so. I did wonder before you started undressing me why you'd not ask where it was. Maybe it slipped your mind.
It had slipped your mind, yes, to your shame. You were too busy trying not to fixate upon the princess's bared skin to think about how best to conceal it.
My dress is in my armoire.
The princess says, glancing over to the aforementioned piece of furniture. The armor of hers is an intricately carved wooden structure, large enough, or so you estimate, to fit inside it enough dresses to attire a whole ballroom's worth of princesses.
I'd like to wear the red one. It's my favorite. Would you be a dear and fetch it for me? I didn't want to rush you, but it is rather cold in here, especially when I'm still naked.
She raises a good point. You turn away from the princess and make your way to her armoire.
Armoire.
Armoire. Once there, you open its wooden doors and perceive the clothes hanging within. It is just as you expected. Inside that wardrobe lies numerous dresses, all of them finely sewn and decorated with no shortage of ribbons, lace, and iridescent pearls. You find the princess's red dress soon enough, then hurry to her side. With your spoils in hand, you hurry to her dress, concealing once again the princess's pale skin beneath layers and layers of soft red velvet. She is easier to look at now, you think, with her skin concealed. That might have been the most nerve-wracking task you have ever had to accomplish, even more so than your perilous escape through the foggy fortress.
You can tell that she's hella gay if she's more nervous about seeing and being near a naked woman than she is about being potentially, I don't even know, murdered in a forest. I love that for her.
I mean, I feel the same way. Am I gay?
Yes, Nopty, do you like women? Do you like women?
Yeah, I do.
Then you're hella gay. Yes. If you like women, you're hella gay, right, Fish? Fish, you're gay, right?
Why, it seems a small miracle you can still remember how to breathe.
Ah, that's much better.
Ah,
Thank you, dear one, for your help. You've not been here for a full day, but I already wonder what I'd do without you. Yeah, you're pretty gay. And Fish, do you like women? You like women, right?
shyly, you assure the princess that you did nothing, really nothing beyond your job. You did not do anything incredible.
Yeah, see? See, Nopty? If you like women, it means you're gay.
And in any case, being complimented by somebody so pretty is embarrassing.
Such a fucking mood. Aw, don't be like that.
Aw.
I want to compliment you. Why shouldn't I, when you've been so helpful? It'd be rude not to, and anyway, I think you're very pretty too. Shit, this is how I find out? Yeah, Brad.
Oh my. face flushes from this more deeply than ever before. You ought to count yourself lucky, really, that with all of this excessive blushing that the princess does not seem to possess any vampiristic tendencies.
Is that the pan? Is that the pan pride one? Or pan? Is it pride?
No.
Is it pride? Is that what it is?
I clicked on it and it's just getting a
Oh,
loading.
it's gay.
thing. I
It's
guess
just gay.
free
It's
will
just
of
gay.
doom.
Okay. It's very tiny for me. It is gay. It is the gay pride one. It's very tiny, so it looks like only 3 colors from the from my side. Until I opened it.
Oh, there it is. It finally showed up.
Gay.
Yep.
Excessive
Did I read that?
blushing? You did not.
You ought to count yourself lucky, really. What with all of this excessive blushing that the princess does not seem to possess any vampiristic tendencies.
Yeah, maybe you did read that one. I don't fucking know. I don't know anymore.
I feel like I actually read it that time if I did. Like, I
think
understood
you
what was
did.
coming out of my mouth.
I got distracted by gay.
I am reading the words and my brain is not registering most of them.
Yeah, let's go! I'm glad we're both here. I'm glad we've been here since the start of stream.
You're making yourself quite the easy target. You are
No.
making yourself quite the easy target. Okay, go ahead.
No.
The princess declares,
Why would we go for a walk? It's a nice enough day, and I get so very bored being cooped up inside.
you can't think of any particular objection to raise to this remark, and you think that the princess might have a point. The castle, though expansive, is somewhat stifling. The walls are so very thick they put you in mind of a crypt. With your acquaintance assured, the
Acquiescence.
acquiescence assured, the princess quits her chamber. Quit.
Oh,
Yeah,
quit is correct.
chamber,
Yeah,
her
you're good.
posture. That is such weird. The princess quits her chamber. Fuck that chamber. Her posture elegant and her gait unhurried. That was a weird way to phrase that. She seems to not walk as she navigates her way through the seemingly endless hallway of her home, but to float like a cloud. The hem of her dress swishes around her legs, and her hair shifts like a shroud. The castle's courtyard, meanwhile, is sadly lacking in comparison to the princess's beauty. The courtyard is fenced in by the castle's walls, which look in the stark midday light, tall and imposing, faceless soldiers standing sentinel. Though the sun is out, it is not particularly bright, neither is it particularly warm.
I wish.
The courtyard itself, meanwhile, is in a state of disarray. The flower beds are in shambles, all overgrown with weeds. It is all rather depressing. The princess's castle might be grand in scale, but the courtyard itself is simple, hemmed in to a claustrophobic degree like a coffin. The princess, however, seems to not share your dolorous mood. She instead looked elated by her newfound surroundings, her smile unwavering. She gambols about like a lamb, flitting hithering and tithering as she examines the weed-infested flower beds. Her frolicking comes to a cease, however, by a bush. One is full of bright red roses.
Oh, how very pretty. Do you not think they are gorgeous, dear one?
The flowers are not too disappointing, you suppose? They make for a fine spectacle. In fact, we're gonna spend a while describing this flower. A welcome splash of color when contrasted with the dullness of the drabness which permeates the rest of the courtyard. Though the other flowers in their beds are wilted, withered things, it is not so for these roses. They are rich, bright red, just like blood. Their heads so full they seem almost to droop beneath the weight of their own engorged petals. They are pretty in a sense, but there's something unsettling about them too, something that is almost obscene. How did those roses become so very red?
They drank the blood of your enemies.
What has been sustaining them? Could it be possible that these roses has been draining the life from the flowers which are struggling to grow within this garden? It is a fanciful thought, but
Oh, they are simply divine. Looking at those roses always lifts my spirits. They really are my most favorite flowers. I simply must pick some of them. Perhaps I can use them to decorate my bedchamber. Could use a bit of color.
the
You're gonna cut
princess
herself.
reaches out as to. I hope not. The princess reaches out as to pluck one of the roses from its resting place among its brethren. As you watch her, you breathe your breath bated, anxious as this gesture might result in perforated flesh and bright red blood. But the princess is not as clumsy as you fear. Of course, she is not.
I wasn't expecting her to be clumsy. I just thought she was a little ditzy and unaware that roses have fucking thorns on them.
Who do you think she was? You? Rather than worrying about other people, you would be better served if you worried more about yourself. To be fair, though, even if you know roses have thorns, you still prick yourself occasionally.
Mhm.
The princess holds her newly pilfered rose to her nose and inhales, her eyelids falling shut as a flower's sweet scent washes over her. A few moments of silence pass. Then the princess begins to toy with the petals which adorn the flower's crown.
Now, let me
Now,
see.
let me see.
I wonder what fate has in store for me. He loves me.
The princess
Kuma.
plucks.
Thank you for the hip pads. Oh,
Thank God.
my
I
headpad's
need
not
the
working.
head pats. I need the head
did-
pats.
Did my headpads
give
not
me all
work?
the head pats. I need the head pats.
Yeah, we got
Yay.
women. We got women, Chuma. We got women. Oh, they did? Okay, cool. I can't see myself in my stream preview.
Yeah, I'm watching stream. I got it back there just in case.
Man, she loves me.
No. The princess plucks a petal from the flower's overburdened head.
He loves me not.
The princess continues with the childish incantation, all the while stripping her rose slowly and methodically quickly of its petals. These petals flutter about the princess like bloody snow. The princess's voice, meanwhile, echoes throughout the courtyard, even more melodic than the strains of pianola.
She loves
She
me, she loves me not. She loves me, she loves me not.
The princess's fingers hover over the final petal, which crowns her nearly denuded flower. Hey, we denuded somebody earlier today.
Yeah, it's her.
Then, with a triumphant smile, she declares she loves
She
me.
loves me. I knew it. Yay, love.
You watch the princess, amused by her girlish good cheer. The little mantra she has been reciting is one that you are familiar with. The girls at the conservatory also used to engage in this little game, the younger ones at least, who believed that a fairy tale prince would whisk them away. You might have participated in this game yourself when you were a child yourself, but you never pinned your hopes and dreams on a handsome prince. Your interest in princess Your interest in princes has always been minimal. When it comes to fair princesses, though,
She's hella gay.
well, that is a little different matter altogether, isn't it? Pleasantly, you ask the princess whose love it is she wishes to court, a query which makes the princess giggle.
Oh, dear one. Who else would I be thinking of? Naturally, I was thinking of you.
Naturally. She says it so easily as though you ought to have suspected as much, and indeed, part of you did.
Hey, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the protagonist right now. I don't care what fucked up shit this girl's gonna do. I would let her.
You wanted to believe, yet part of you was afraid to. You did not want to be arrogant enough to assume that the princess might care for your affections. You begin to blush, your cheeks almost as red as the rose, while the princess laughs. She laughs and she laughs and she laughs, her voice clear and sweet like a nightingale's song, as though you are the funniest thing she has ever seen. You never liked being laughed at when you dwelt within the walls of the conservatoire, but it is different with her. You have not known her for all that long, but you are already entranced by her, ensnared. She has you wrapped around her little finger.
Oh my.
The princess's laughter tapers off into a series of giggles as, smiling, she wipes her eyes with the back of her hand.
That was quite the amusing diversion, but I just had an idea.
You look at the princess curiously. What idea?
You can't tell.
You cannot even begin to guess.
I just thought that all this watching must be boring.
The princess says, tossing the rose stripped stem carelessly to the ground.
If you give it a try, please do. It'll be fun.
The princess retrieves the second rose from the bushes, deftly snapping it between her fingers, and offers it to you.
I want to see what fate has in store for you, too.
You smile at the princess, touched by her enthusiasm. Indulging in this childish games like this might not be the best use of your time, but the princess looks so very determined you would not wish to hurt her. What else are you gonna do? What could be the harm, really, in consenting? The only real casualty of this game will be one singular rose, the rose that the princess is holding towards you. You reach out, meaning to accept the princess's offering, but
Oh no.
you are clumsy and he sees the stem of the rose with a touch too much strength. The head of the rose might be pretty, but there's more to a rose than bright red flowers.
So we're the dumbass.
Metaphors.
Metaphor?
Metaphors.
No, I think this
Yeah,
is literal. I
metaphors.
think this is no. I think this is literal. We
It is
literally were worried
literal
about the
and
princess.
metaphor.
We were worried about the fucking princess, and it was like,
Yeah.
who do you think she was?
they-
You?
Yeah. But metaphor, we got a pretty girl here that's gonna make us bleed.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm here for it. Like I said, I don't care what fucked up shit she's gonna do. I would follow her willingly.
I can't wait to see it myself. Roses have thorns too, a fact you are now being painfully reminded of. Pain flares through your fingers and you gasp. You take a step back, the hem of your skirts swishing around your ankles. Your fingers stinging and so are your eyes. You ought to have been more careful. Why were you so stupid?
You poor dear, you're bleeding.
The princess exclaims, alarmed. Then she frowns.
This is all my fault. If I'd not suggested this silly game, this never would have happened. Please, let me take care of you.
And how is she going to do that? Perhaps she means to take a handkerchief from her pocket, with which she might staunch your wound? Princesses tend to carry handkerchiefs around with them, don't they? Silken ones. How else would they give brave knights tokens of their gratitude? Once those aforementioned knights have successfully slain dragons, princesses can hardly dispense kisses as favors. It simply is not done. That is what you always thought, but
Please, hold still.
You-
This might sting a little bit.
the princess is anything but ordinary. Rather than take a handkerchief out of her pocket, she instead encloses her white, slender fingers around your head. Carefully, as though she is handling a precious object, she raises your hand, her eyes affixed all the while on the beads of startling crimson blood which are oozing luridly from your wound. She licks her lower lip. Nom 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 nom. Then she dips her head.
This is so hot. Oh fuck, this is so hot.
She parts her mouth, and with a soft sigh which borders on the sensuous, she slips your injured digits between her teeth, and nom 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 nom.
Pink hair. Yeah,
So
she's
much
cute.
for Princess not dispensing kisses as tokens of appreciation. This might not be a conventional kiss, but feels intimate regardless, almost startlingly slow. So, the princess's lips, which are as red. Wait, I just realized we see our protagonist finally.
Yeah, correct.
Thanks, Fish, for pointing that out. I would have never
Correct.
noticed.
I did notice immediately. I noticed and then Fish pointed it out. Like, yeah.
I am I was not here for that. The princess's lips, which are as red as any rose, are enclosed around your index finger. You can feel the warmth of the princess's mouth about your skin and the wetness of it. The sensations make your whole body quake. You did not expect this. Tremulously, in a voice which wavers, you ask the princess what it is she is doing.
Oh, didn't I tell you? Sorry, I need to wait.
Princess,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have
Oh.
to laugh every time you get one word. I'm sorry. It's funny. The princess glances up at you, her mouth still enclosed around your finger.
Didn't I tell you? I'm trying to stop the bleeding.
Yes, you gathered as much, but
Is there a problem? I'm not making you uncomfortable, am I?
it is not. You say that she is making you uncomfortable per se, but this is rather awkward.
Easiest way to clean a wound? Yeah.
That is not-
Listen, that's so fucking hot. Like, yes, please.
And is she not worried about this being unhygienic?
Unhygienic?
The princess blinks. She is the very picture of innocence, which is funny, really, given her your finger is still nestled against her tongue.
I don't know what you mean by that exactly, but I've heard this is the best way to take care of cuts. My nursemaid used to do this for me when I was a child. It's what you're supposed to do.
And you ask, your voice catching in your throat, did her nursemaid keep staunching her wound with her mouth when she grew older?
Well, no, but my nursemaid was dismissed when I was 8 years old. That's the normal way of things. I had my lady's maid to look after me then.
How very interesting. And did they ever clean her wounds like this?
No,
The princess says, smiling mischievously.
because I'm not clumsy enough to cut myself, silly.
Now that was quite the sharp retort. You did not expect it. Your face turns even redder, if such a thing is possible, though this might perhaps be to your benefit. With some luck, all of your blood will flow to your face rather than your finger, and your bleeding will stop. Has it stopped? Your injury was not a deep one. There should be no need for the princess to keep on suckling, but she still is. You are not accustomed to intimacy of this nature. It's making your heart flutter.
Tasty? Yeah, tasty. This is so hot. This is like, yes, please. I don't even know which one of them I want to be in this scenario, but yes, please.
If the princess knew what her mouth was doing to you, you are sure she would not be so very familiar. You feel quietly, crushingly confident that she would scorn you for your feelings and deem them unnatural. It would not be the first time. At this point, you should be used to rejection. It still stings, though. It stings much, much more than any thorn on any rose ever could. The day passes following your misadventures
No,
in the rose
the
garden.
days pass. Multiple days.
The days passage. The days pass following your misadventures in the rose garden in a relaxed, unhurried sort of a manner. Your mad dash through the forest is beginning to feel like a distant memory, so much so you can scarcely recall the raw, naked fear you once felt as you fled for your life. There's no running to be had while you are working for the princess. You would have nowhere else to run, and in any event, there is no longer any reason to run. The shadows which once tormented you at long last began to recede. You can scarcely recall as you lay down in your bed the petty cruelty you were subjected to by your classmates at the conservatoire. They no longer matter. Your attention is focused not upon yourself, but upon the princess.
Such a fucking mood.
The more time you expend with her, the more time you care for her. You have become quite besotted with her, but you are yet to realize what a well, I never. How very ignorant can one girl be of her own feelings?
That's so true.
The princess is not half so ignorant as you are, though, despite having spent her whole life within the palace's walls. The weight of her own feelings are not unknown to her, and during one stormy night, she chooses to make them known to you. You are in the princess's chambers later, perhaps, than you ought to be. Oh, later perhaps than you ought to be. Later than it is strictly appropriate. It is dark outside, and there is little save the light of the moon to alleviate it. That and the fire which crackles in the grate. You only have just finished stroking that very fire, and now you rise. You look at the princess who is lying on her bed, and you bid her a good night, as you have many nights past. With a neat curtsy, you turn to leave, but the princess's plaintive voice gives you a pause.
Wait, dear one. Do not go. Not just yet.
Perplexed, you pause, then look back at the princess. Though she is smiling, her expression is unusually wan. Is she all right?
Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. It's just nights like this, which make me feel a little out of sorts.
And what, you ask, does she mean by that?
Only that it's very cold and very dark. Very windy besides. I'm afraid there'll be a storm later. It was awfully cloudy earlier, when we went out for a walk.
The princess is not mistaken about that. The sky, when the pair of you walked
Promenaded.
around the gardens early, promenading, was great and steely, the wind bitingly cold. You can hear the wind rattling mournfully against the panes in the princess's bedchamber. The princess's castle is built of stone, and it is well fortified. But even with the fire, it is rather cold. You do not like to think of how much chillier by comparison it will be in your humble chamber, which is not fortunate enough to have its own fireplace.
It might sound childish. I've always found it hard to sleep on stormy nights like this. They make me feel uncomfortable.
You look at the princess with no small degree of sympathy. No longer clad in a bright red dress, she looks oddly uncommonly vulnerable. She will really be all right. Will she really be all right, all alone in her oversized bed in her high-ceilinged chambers? You know, it is silly of you to contemplate such a query. Why would she not be all right? There is nobody in the castle to hurt her, but still you fret for her. As her lady's maid, it is your job to fret for her. You would never want your mistress to feel unhappy. You ask the princess what it is she would have you do, and the princess perks up at this, pleased perhaps that you are taking the initiative.
I wouldn't like to take up too much of your time when it's so very late, but would you mind sitting with me a little while longer and reading to me? Provided you can, of course.
This is a fair enough question, but your pride bristles regardless. Hastily, you reassure the princess that yes, of course you could read. You were a poor student in many aspects of the at the conservatoire, but you had something of a gift when it came to the literary arts.
yeah, no, T. You have a gift. You have something of a gift when it comes to the literary arts.
Oh God. This game lies. It lies so hard. Reading books is all you have ever been any good at.
Oh, I see. I suppose I should have known. You're so incredible, I sometimes wonder if there's anything you can't do.
The princess's high praise makes you flush. Awkwardly, you look away. Being able to read, you reassure her it is not such a great feat.
Perhaps it isn't where you hail from, but it is here. Very few of my old servants could read, and they certainly couldn't read the books that I like.
This piques your interest.
He's into smut, let's go!
Intrigued, you ask the princess what books exactly she likes.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm fond of fairy tales, you see. Old ones from centuries past. I have a collection of them here.
The princess says, indicating a book on her bedside table as thick as a mortuary slab.
The book is old, though, and the bindings are weak. The pages brittle, the writing woefully old-fashioned. I didn't trust any of my past servants with that book, but I think you would do a good job breathing life into these old stories. Would you mind reading to me for just a brief while? Please, dear one. Oh, please.
The princess's request seems a simple one, expressed sweetly, so much so you see no reason to refuse her. You take a seat beside the princess upon her luxurious bed, which sinks beneath your weight. Then you retrieve the leather-bound book which is resting upon her bed table and spread it open. The pages of the book are very brittle, like the princess said, and the bindings of the book are loose. You can feel in the heft of the book's main-fold pages the weight of the ages concealed within it. How old is this book? Perhaps it is as old as the castle in which it resides. It is with a quiet voice, hesitant at first, that you begun to read to the princess a fairy tale of courtly love which culminates in a lavish wedding ceremony. All the while, as you read, the princess listens to you, enraptured, hanging, or so it seems, upon your every word. Once you reach the final phrase embossed upon the pages of this aged tome,
And they lived happily ever after.
the princess sighs as though this tale has touched her very soul.
Sorry, I need something. Anytime there's quotations, I should read them, I think.
You really should.
Throw me a fucking bone here. With that, there was a handsome prince to marry me.
She says humbly.
Or, better yet, a beautiful princess. At this point, I think I would even settle for a lowly scullery maid.
It's never not gonna be funny for me. You blush at this idle remark and humble softly that this would not be proper. The storm outside is still qualling, and you have never been one to raise your voice. You do not expect, therefore, that the princess will overhear you, but she does. She observes you, her head resting against her pillow, and says,
And what would be the problem of that? As my maid, shouldn't my happiness come before any silly ideas of propriety?
"Well, of course," you reply, "but for a princess to marry a sultry maid?"
You're still hung up about that.
The princess titters.
Don't pay it too much heed, I'm just talking to myself. As if anything like that would ever happen when there was no priest around who would officiate it. Titters. Face, chill. Girl, chill. Down, girl, down.
Don't worry, Fish, you and I are on the same page. You think there are greater issues with the princess's plan than the lack of a priest, though she does present a good point. The castle is an empty one. Even if the princess were to find somebody that she loves, there would be nobody to make such a wedding official. You cannot help but feel like you have avoided a good deal of nuisance. But by the same token, do you not feel a touch disappointed? Well, never mind.
That was a nice story.
The princess says.
But I'm not sleepy yet, and it's still storming outside. Won't you read me one more?
You would not mind, you reply, but it is getting late. You really ought to return to your own chamber.
I know, but can't you find it in your heart to read one more story to me? Just one. You could use a short one. I won't complain.
As you wish. You have some doubts about that, but as before, you cannot resist the princess's demands. It is not, you think, because she is a princess, though it is, of course, a part of it, but because she is, well, radiant. You would not, you think, as you turn to the next story recounting in this age compendium, wants to upset her. You would rather cut out your own tongue. You read another story to the princess, which is of a similar vein to the last. Impossible adventures culminating at their close in a happy marriage. This tale delights the princess just as much as the tale you read prior, and she begs for another, then another. One bedroom story soon becomes 5, and even then, when the candles which flickers on the princess's bedsides are close to guttering out, the princess is not satisfied. Like a grasping, greedy child, she has never heard of moderation. When she wants something, she seeks to glut herself with it, her only request that of more. If she were less comely, perhaps her inability to adhere to the word no would be seen as a character defect. The princess is very comely, however, and so when she makes her next request, you almost agree offhand without considering the ramifications.
I think I could go to sleep now, but the storm is still raging. I feel lonely on my own in this big empty bed, so I don't know.
Get back, get back, get back, get back. I clicked something and I can't get back. I can't get back. I can't get back. There it is. I know. The princess's eyes light up in the sky like in a thunderstorm.
Why don't you sleep with me?
You stare at the princess, your eyes wide as goose eggs. Slowly, you blink. Then, just as slowly, you bid her to repeat herself.
Didn't you hear me?
The princess giggles.
Maybe you've been so busy cleaning up after me, you've neglected to clean out your own ears. I said, dear one, would you like to sleep with me? I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
I was about to say, are you gonna try ending stream on like the most
Yeah!
finger you possibly can?
Yeah.
If that is the question she truly means to ask, then it is easy enough to answer. Of course, you would like to sleep with her. It would be an honor. But would it really be alright for you to accept such an invitation? It must be gross breach of protocol, surely, for a lowly domestic such as yourself to share a bed with the princess. You sit upon the princess's bedside, fretting while she observes with wide, beseeching eyes. She is waiting.
Well, what's the matter, dear one? Why do you tarry so? Could it be...
The princess's lower lip begins to tremble.
Don't you want to lie with me after all?
The sorrow present in the princess's voice and in her face makes you feel awfully guilty. Well, now you gotta
Could
sleep
be.
with her. I mean, what are you gonna do?
You gotta
Thirdly,
sleep
you
with her.
control her.
Okay,
yeah.
maybe that's a bit much.
I mean, she looks sad though. Dude,
Nope, D. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do. Don't do that bit.
okay. You tell her in no uncertain terms that if she truly wishes to partake in your company, then you have no qualms with it. Why would you?
Then don't just stand there dilly-dallying, silly. Come and join me. Come. Oh, fuck, I dropped my fucking mouse. Where is it? Excuse me, there it is.
And that is what you do after returning briefly to your own chamber to change into your nightgown. Once dressed, you waste no time in returning to your impetuous princess's side.
Bride? Yo, we're married already? Let's
Yeah.
go.
She is already lying in her glorious four-poster bed, awaiting your return as though you are a knight errant gone away to slay some wicked dragon. The princess giggles when she sees you in your haste to change. You have made a hash of the button. She bids you to come closer.
Let me fix that for you, silly.
Oh no, you say? I couldn't possibly let you do that. I am but a servant after all. Should it not be your job to dress her?
Maybe so.
The princess says.
I don't mind a bit of role reversal. It makes things more fun.
If you try a few more refutations, but in vain, the princess summarily discards all of them. Quiet at the princess's mercy, she might even be more stubborn than you are. You capitulated to her demands. You let the princess unbutton the front of your nightdress, then rebutton them, so the fabric of your gown is drawn shut. Satisfied with her handiwork, she has very elegant hands. The princess drew back and pats the mattress beside her.
Now, come in. It must be horribly cold out there, but these sheets are warm.
Calmly, the princess smiles.
And so am I.
You feel warm yourself as you slide into bed beside the princess. Your face is as red as the gown the princess so often wears, as red as the rose in the castle's ground. All the while, your heart is fluttering. Does the princess know what an effect she is having on you? Surely she must. How could any woman be so blind?
There.
The princess exclaims once your body is lying beside hers.
That is much better. Do you feel cozy now, dear one?
You swallow, and with a shaky voice, you reassure her. Yes, you are cozy. You are quite cozy indeed.
Very good. Storm might be raging outdoors, but it can't get us here. I know when I'm with you, I'll be safe. It's strange, but...
The princess reaches out, then take your hand in hers, twining your fingers together like a chain. When
When I'm with you, I feel so very light. It's as though nothing in the world can hurt me. You make me feel safe, so I want to make you feel safe too. I'll take very, very good care of you. I promise.
You return her smile with one of your own, touched by her thoughtfulness, though sometimes something about her promise does make you wonder. Should it not be your job to look after her as a domestic?
In a way,
The princess replies after a pause.
but you've been taking good care of me already. Now I need to return the favor. As a princess, I'm supposed to look after my vassals. It's all part of the job description.
You were unaware that being a princess came with a job description. You thought the profession came with far fewer written responsibilities and far fewer forms to sign than, say, becoming a doctor or an something physicist. Or a
Astrophysicist?
mathematician.
That's the word you struggle on?
Astrophysicist. Yeah, I'm falling apart here. Or
Okay.
a mathematics professor. You tell the princess this sleepily, and she laughs.
You do say some funny things, dear one. I think you must be tired. Rest your head. You've been working so hard. I think you deserve it.
Yes, you think only half conscious. You think you deserve it too. Yeah, I've been working hard for a long time. I've been running for even longer, but now, at long last, you feel like you can let your fears go. Your eyelids begin to droop, your body beleaguered by a sudden, all-consuming fatigue. And in a quest Oh, and in a quiet, understated sort of way, your consciousness is conveyed to Morpheus's kingdom. Your sleep is a deep one despite the storm which rages outdoors. The wind is howling like a couple of wild cats, both locked in a vicious and bloodthirsty bout to the death, but you do not hear it. Swaddled by the warm blanket about you and soothed by the princess's presence, you are immune from all the ills of the world. When you are with the princess, you feel safe, secure, and yes, you even feel loved. It is a pity, then, what these feelings uh, do not last very long. You know that something's wrong, catastrophilically so. Words. The moment you open your eyes, what? Where are we?
All right, Nopty. Here's the question: do we want to leave it on a cliffhanger and do this in 2 weeks?
No, but I think we got to.
I feel like this is actually like this feels. Yeah, okay, Nopty. Yeah, you're cooked, homie. You're cooked. You've been cooked. You've been cooked since before we started the stream. So.
I hate to do it.
You are fading fast. It's incredible. No, it's been a slow fade, but it's been here the whole time. But yeah, I've been enjoying this. I've been enjoying this.
Catastrophically. There we go.
Oh no, see. Oh no, see. Oh no, see. Poor sweet Nopty. Wait, someone else is playing this fucking game? Holy shit. They're doing a different route. They're doing the C route, it looks like.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Alright.
I wish we went the C route. I wonder where we would.
I'm loving this castle route. I'm loving this princess. She's wonderful.
Castle route is nice.
Honestly?
Everyone's going the C route.
It's the same one. No. I'm actually just gonna rate them.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
The princess is so pretty. You're so fucking right, Fish. And she sucks your blood. Holy fuck, that's hot. It's so fucking hot. We bring horror girls good vibes and gourmet isopod rolls. Amazing. Oh man, I really do have to go piss girl as well. Thank you all for joining on this this blood is tasty and this is not a joke. It is. It's also really hot, Ram. Like it's so fucking hot. I hope you guys like this this kind of technically the same but also different vibe that we have instead of Phoenix, right? Remember next Tuesday. Yeah, blood actually doesn't taste bad. It tastes good. I love. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, fully agree. Hot as hell. Yes, let's fucking go. So yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying the vibe. It's been different from Phoenix, right? It's been way more chill, and also, I haven't really said much in the game. Like I haven't really had many lines, which is interesting.
It was the funniest part for me.
You know what? Looking at the scene in my stream preview on my dashboard looks pretty good. So yeah. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow with Bran, I think. Bran, we'll figure it out. Love you, bye.